Hello and welcome to another episode with Jenn Loves Yarn. My name is Jen. This is episode number 13, and since we are well into the Advent season, we're just going to keep it rolling. We'll start with what I'm wearing today. I'm headed off to the Bemidji knitting, crocheting, fiber holiday party. Myself, Jenn Loves Yarn, Katie of Hummingbird Yarn Co., Jess of the Knitted Butterfly, and Angie of Pearls and Pines in the Yarn Cabin. We are hosting the event at a local restaurant, doing a yarn swap, playing some games. So it will be super fun. I love this Mary Knitmas tee. It is my first time wearing it, and it's one of those Bella canvas. It is so comfy. But yeah, so it should be a lot of fun today. I will put some footage in at the end of all of us enjoying our time together. So with that, let's start with the Advent that I have opened since we last met, that I am not actively knitting with this holiday season. So we'll start with Sister Weekend Yarn Co. So this is the entirety 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 of the Advent. And it came with the larger hank. It's so much fun. Those ladies, Carrie and Beth, are Sister Weekend Yarn Co. And the Advent, the theme is only Advents in the building. And every day is a fun new pattern that is uploaded to Ravelry. And I am looking forward to playing around with some of those after the holidays in preparation for next year. But super fun. All right, the next Advent that I have been opening is the Lavender Lune. So Sam of Lavender Lune, and hers is the Reindeer Society, and it is so awesome. It is full hanks of yarn named after each of the reindeer. So here we go. The first one, in no particular order, by the way, but Dasher. And we have Dancer. So pretty. And we have Prancer. So much fun. Well done, Sam. So I don't know what these will be, but I am so looking forward to having many more full hanks of Lavender Lune in the DK weight. This is her organic, non-superwash merino base, and it is awesome. So really excited about this one. And then the last one is the yarn swap that I have been doing with Shayla. So this was my yarn swap from the Skein Scoop podcast ladies, Lori and Justine. And Lori owns a yarn shop. It is the Skein Yarn Shop in Rhode Island. And Justine organizes a swap every year. And my partner is Shayla. And it just some really, really awesome minis. So thank you, Shayla. All right. The last Advent I will show you is the Knitted Butterfly. And I am terrible. So terrible because I'm not vlogging every day, which I don't regret. I find the everyday Vlogmases fun and amazing, and I think everybody who does them, just so much work goes into it, and I value and appreciate that. I also find it really hard to keep up with my favorites every single day, so that is why I've chosen to go weekly. But it sure does making keeping the Advents together to review with you all super difficult because I want to get in and play with them right away. All right, so let's start with these Knitted Butterfly. Oops, I just dropped one. These are stitch markers. Show you that one. They're just so cute. So Jess of Knitted Butterfly, she does knitting and crocheting, notions, and she has a monthly subscription box, which I love. This Advent she has curated is amazing. So she has worked with and collaborated with a lot of folks, lots of makers, to bring this Advent to us. So here is some yarn from Lavender Lune. It is called Royal Icing. Royal Icing. It's so pretty. Also from the Knitted Butterfly is this super cute, they're for your stitch stoppers, and you put them on the bar. So I'm just gonna open this, sorry for the crinkle. But you can put this on your bag. So this hooks on your bag. And then these, you unscrew this little ball. And then the stitch stoppers are for your project. But it's a great way, you know, we're always taking those stitch stoppers off, and I don't know, mine end up in the couch, in the chair, and in the bottom of the bag or wherever. So this is a great way to keep them together. Thank you, Jess. That is awesome. I love it. And then the other one that I'll show you is from Pearls and Pines. It is so pretty. Angie does such amazing work. It is called Rainbow Twist Lollipop. Rainbow Twist Lollipop, and it is so good. All right. So those are the Advents that I have opened. I just caught a glimpse of my earrings. Aren't these cute? So Angie of Pearls and Pines, the Yarn Cabin, she also has Frolicking Leaves. And Frolicking Leaves is jewelry making. She does jewelry making, and she does phenomenal jewelry making. So I'll put the link down below. You should check her out. She's phenomenal. She gifted these to me for Christmas, and I'm super grateful because I love them. All right. Let's go next into, I have one finished object. So isn't this, can you even with this hat? So this is a hat that I tested. Here, I'll put it on for you. Let me see where my, wow, I wove those ends in so well, you can't even see where the back is. I just can't with this hat. It's so cute. So this is a test knit that I did for Tracie Millar of the Grocery Girls, and it is just the cutest. She has a whole collection of this pattern, and it's just amazing. So I did mine in the black color, is Frankie Gray Fibers, and it is the her woolen linen blend in the color Onyx. It's a DK weight. And then I really wanted to use this spin cycle, and it's just so good. I mean, you know me in green, so we start with kind of a very neon-y color green, kind of fade into the mints. You're going to see this colorway reappear because I have decided to use what's left of it in my December Farmer's Daughter fiber socks. So look for this pattern to be released very soon. If you follow me on Instagram at Jenn Loves Yarn, you will know when it's release day because this will be everywhere. Super fun knit. I can't say enough about it. Very nice fit. So well done, Tracie, as always. Yeah, thank you for letting me test for you. It was a blast. All right. That is my only FO. Um, let's move into some stash enhancements because 'tis the season for, you know, all of the stash enhancements, and you're buying other people gifts and this holiday season, so why not sneak a few of your own in? Which I did yesterday. So you might remember my telling you about the Season of Stitches. It is a charity knitting event that is hosted by the Yarn Cabin, our local yarn store in Bemidji, as well as Fiddlesticks, which is another local yarn shop in Bemidji. And they co-host the event, and this is their first year. And if you want to send knits, hats, like anything that will keep somebody who needs to be warm warm. So hats, mitts, cowls, scarves, anything that you want to donate, you can send it to the Yarn Cabin. I'll put the address to the Yarn Cabin below, so that if you feel it in your heart to send a few things, you can. Anyway, Fiddlesticks hosted the yesterday, and I went and knit with some of my awesome friends. I got to spend time with my friend Joan and my friend Marilyn and my friend Pam, and we just had so much fun enjoying each other and knitting up hats and I don't know, whatever we were knitting on. Everybody was knitting on something for charity. But while I was there, I made a few purchases, and I'll share those with you. So I have been wanting to try cross stitch, and I am taking an embroidery class by Brienne Moody in the coming summer. So my friend and I are going to unwind, and I'm so excited. We are taking intarsia classes by Ami Gilles. We are taking a sweater fitting class from Hohi Locatelli, and we are taking an embroidery class, like embroidering your knits, with Brienne Moody. I could not be more excited. So I thought, let me just try some embroidery. I've tried it before. I was terrible at it. I also probably was a lot younger and not in a headspace where I could sit still for 5 seconds. I've come to appreciate that now, that stillness. So I picked up this cross stitch. No, it's an embroidery kit, and it is the Knitting Octopus. So this company is called Hook, Line, and Tinker, and it has everything in the kit that you need to make this. So here's what's funny about the one that I chose. They had a lot of really beautiful ones. I do want to complete this one and hang it in this room. I have a lot of handmade items on the walls, but this one is funny because I always tell my husband, my family, whoever will listen, that, if I was an octopus, I could knit more. Like, I just wish that I could knit more at the same time. So it's just become a funny joke. Yeah, then my friend Pam recommended this book. I can't remember the name of it. Recommended this book, so I'm also listening to that right now. I will be listening to that and playing around with this appropriately. So it's a good match. So that is one purchase that I made at Fiddlesticks, and the other one is this Fox and Pine notions holder. So it's got 6 different compartments, and they just snap down. And I have been getting the Knitted Butterfly subscription now for almost a year, and I want to organize all of my beautiful keepsakes, and so this is a great way to do it. In fact, I bought this one. There were 2 left on the shelf at Fiddlesticks. I bought this one, and then my friend Joan picked up the other one. So, but rumor has it that Angie at the Yarn Cabin just ordered some more. So yeah, she literally had just ordered some. So, and you can check Fiddlesticks in their stock as well. I know they don't have any now because we purchased them, but they may be getting more. So, so yeah, those were my purchases at Fiddlesticks, and I had so much fun knitting with those ladies. I did complete one hat yesterday that I will be giving to Angie for our collection to donate. All right, two more stash enhancements, and one is this beautiful licorice colored yarn. I'm like, hold it up, it blends in with my shirt. This is an amazing tonal. I'm going to be doing a test knit with this for Brienne Moody. So stay tuned, and you will see what this becomes in good time. So, so yeah, it's a DK weight, and it is 100% superwash merino. So she does such a great job with these tonals. I love them. And then, because I saw Angie yesterday, I also was able to grab my December subscription, and holy Christmas, she nailed it. It's so good. Look at that sparkle. And it is called Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas indeed. So yeah, the green hank has some sparkle, and the red does not. I think it is amazing, and if I didn't have 5 million things on the needles right now, I'd cast this one on too, but we'll let it keep. It is truly beautiful. So good job, Angie. She also had other goodies in there that are upstairs. She had some earrings, little Christmas tree earrings with little green jewel on them, and from her Frolicking Leaves line, and always some goodies. She always does the best goodies too. The Lindt and Lindor chocolates. Yeah, so those are gone. But yeah, so those are my stash enhancements. And next, I'd love to show you the progress that I have made on my Advents. Advents I am currently working on. The first one is being held in this beautiful bag from Chop Shop Stitch, Renee. She makes the best bags. I love them. I am knitting the electric slide socks out of my Freckled Whimsy DK. So they're 2 at a time. They're hard to show 2 at a time, but let me try to hold and secure. So I've got the cuff, obviously. Look at those colors. I just love the greens, obviously, but the blues are great. I did the heel. Now, in the electric slide pattern, the heel is a short row heel. And I do not love the fit of a short row heel for my foot. So I did a heel flap and gusset. So that was my one modification for the pattern. I am making the 48 stitch size on the recommended needles. Oh, they're just beautiful. I really love them. The one thing I think this year, so last year the stripes were a little thinner. And so I don't know that this year that I will get through all of the colors by the time I finish the foot. I mean, I do have larger feet, so it's possible, but we'll see. So those are my Freckled Whimsy. And my Woolens and Nosh, I haven't made any progress on. I have been so busy at work and with life that I haven't put any time into them. So I'm not going to spend time showing you what you've already seen. Let's see. I'm going to put in some footage from earlier this week where I talk about the bubble cowl and how I made a mistake. And I'll go to that now, and then we'll come back and see where I'm at. Hey there, friends. It's Jen. It is a midweek check-in. I have a couple of projects I just want to share progress with you on. And the first one is my bubble cowl by Stephen West. And I'm making this out of the Ambah inspired Advent by the Fiber Genie. So it's a 14-day Advent with a full hank, and I'm just rolling section by section. So, ran into a little snafu the other night. So I'll put in a picture. This is what it looks like when you think you know better than the designer and you're on autopilot, not really doing what the pattern says. So the trouble I ran into, I ripped this all out because I decided I could not live with it. So this, let me do this way. This is correct. You'll see that these are offset. So this bubble, there's one in between, and then you carry up and it just keeps going, but they're offset. Each 6 rows is an offset. What I had done is I was carrying it all the way up. Not paying attention, just every time I saw that the 6 rows below, I had done the dip, I did the dip. And so it was just vertical lines of dip all the way down. And it just, could I live with it? No. Did it look okay? Sure. If you didn't know what the pattern was, it looked fine. Not what I wanted though. I wanted it to be correct. So on Monday night, I ripped out everything. Not everything. I think I ripped back to color 2, which is the green. And I carried on. I'm much happier. I'm super, super glad I ripped it out. But this just goes to show, like, not all making goes perfectly every time, right? Sometimes you run into things. You have decisions to make. Determine if you can live with it or not. So I decided to rip it out, and I'm super happy with it. I am on day, I think this is 12. Let's see. Yeah. Working on 13 right now, and I have one more to go, and that will be the full Advent, and then I'll just start rotating back through the colors. I'll have a few decisions to make. One, do I want this I-cord? This is eventually, remember, going to come around. Do I want the I-cord to match? Or do I care? And don't worry about reserving yarn, just use it up. I think I'm leaning toward, don't worry about it. If my I-cord comes out differently on the other side, it's colorful anyway, and it will not matter. So I don't think I want to put the energy into managing it too closely. So it goes without saying, we're human. Mistakes are going to happen. I think it's just a matter of how quickly you notice them. So I think the lesson in this one is, at least if you're not going to pay attention as you're knitting, at least put the project down, or when you put the project down, just take a peek. I could have caught it so much earlier, but it is beautiful. So here we go. This is the Bubble Cowl by Stephen West. And we have 14. So 2 weeks worth of Advent. Now, this is all of the colors. This is a 14-day Advent. So I am back to the color that I started with. And I'm just gonna keep knitting and see what happens. I don't know how much yarn I will have, if I will get through the whole thing with this repeat of colors or not. And I don't care, because it's beautiful and it's colorful, and I will go ahead and, add additional yarn if needed. So you'll see that this first, so through the mauve, from here through the mauve color, it is a pattern repeat of what they call little bubbles. And then you can see where we start to get into some bigger bubbles. And then there's bigger bubbles yet. So in this first section, let me see how I can hold this. In this first section here, this first big or large bubble section, some increases took place. So this is the front of the cowl, and it's getting bigger, and we're building the hood. So this is my, isn't that one cool? Reminds me of New Year's Eve, the ball. Knitted Butterfly, Progress Keeper. This is where I was the last time we met, so some great progress, and this is such a fun project. If you are looking for, it's a DK weight project. You could hold double, you could marl, you could hold with a solid color. It is so much fun. So if you have an Advent laying around, or you have one you haven't decided what to do with, or you have scraps and leftovers, this is awesome. All right. And I'm holding that in my Red's Lady Creates bag by Tammy. All right, my last Advent knit is being held in my Tanny Casey bag. I say it like I have one Tanny Casey bag. In my vintage Christmas Tanny Casey bag. I love this one. And I love the blue. I love how she draws out the colors with the zippers, and it's always got some sort of, fun bead. But yeah, this is a great bag. And in this bag is my Radvent Cardigan by Ambah O'Brien. I'm going to pause here because when things go really well and you're just knitting along and knocking out the FOs, and then one day you wake up and you're not, and you've made all the mistakes, and before you know it, you've got project upon project that you are tinking back instead of knitting. So I'm going to insert some footage of this one. I did not tink back on this one, but I ran into a situation with this one that I was not expecting because I didn't think it through. So pop over to that footage, and it is my Tracie Yarns Advent, and it is the Radvent Cardigan by Ambah O'Brien. Okay, so the things you run into when adding elements, design elements, can sometimes throw you off, and that's okay. Got lots of feedback. Y'all are loving this, like the green that is being carried through the project. And I was working in the round. So did the cuff, working in the round, following the pattern with the increases for my size, and then working through 2 rounds of color, 1 round of the Fresh Pickle colorway in linen quill, and then just keeping that pattern. I mentioned to you last time that I got to the point where I've done all of the increasing, and now I'm knitting flat. So what do you think happened? Now, let's see, let me see if I can get you a good background. Now I have gone from one row of the green to 2 rows of the green, because when you're knitting flat, I knit there, like I knit across. Well, then that yarn's hanging out. I got to get back to the other side, so you got to purl back, and that's 2 rows of stockinette. And I started to back it out, and I was like, I'll cut it, I'll do this. I was like, I am not doing that much management on this. So I'm going to live with it. I don't hate it. I just didn't anticipate that I would get to the point where I was working flat. I knew I was going to work flat. I wasn't anticipating that would mean that my single stripes would have turned into 2. If I had known that, I'd probably have been doing, I don't know, would I have done 2 all along? I don't know, because I like the color. I want you to see the advent. So listen, I think this is fine. It's fine. But yeah, the little things you run into. I don't hate it. I still love it. I think it's really fun. It's just going to be a little different when you get to the body. But I will match the sleeves, so it will look as though I've done it on purpose. So again, we're going to leave this one as it lies. I have knit a bit more since I took that footage. So this is going to be a cardigan. And you knit it from sleeve to middle of back, and then from sleeve to middle of back, you sew them down the middle back and connect them, and then add some ribbing on the bottom and a neckband, etc. So this, I'm using a main color, and I said this before, I stay away from projects like this because I don't find that I wear them very often because they're not cohesive, and it's big blocks of one advent color to the next. So what I decided to do was to use this Fresh Pickle colorway by Pearl Soho in their linen quill base, and to do some striping. So you're knitting in the round up through here. So that's fine, right? Knitting in the round, and you can see I was doing the 2 rounds of the advent color and 1 round of the Fresh Pickle. And as I showed you in the video I just inserted, here we are. I'm fine with it. I don't think it looks terrible. It's really hard to show. It's just gonna have more green in it once you're working, because see, now I'm working flat. So I'm going back and forth and just building out the body. And the last time we met, I was here. So I've put on a couple of inches, 1.5 inches or 2. So yeah, so this is where I'm at, and I am not at all bothered by the fact that I now have 2 stripes of green versus the 1. So I'm going to keep plugging along on this one. I have, let's see, I have not done all 14 to date. A little behind on this one, but it's fingering, so grace. And this is not a race, but these are the colors that I have opened and that I will be adding in. So that is my Radvent by Ambah O'Brien. All right, in addition to Advent knitting, I have 2 projects that are staying on the needles because they're important to me. I've made commitments around them, and I'm having a blast with them. So let's go with the first one. In my Delphina Collective bag, this cute little cube, the little handle, and it's just got the cutest, this fabric is just the cutest. Very Christmassy. And it zips like that. So this is my December Farmer's Daughter Fibers. How fun is that? This one has, like, you can see like the dirty, I think of this as Santa, right? So this beautiful red, and this is, the soot on his fur. It's just really pretty. So I am, however, not going to use this mini. I've decided not to use the mini because the hat that I test knit for Tracie used Spin Cycle. And Tracie has also designed the Playful Pop socks, and they are named after the Grocery Girls Spin Cycle exclusive colorway, Playful Pop. The socks are so stinking cute. So I'll put a picture in. But I have a baby start on one and a mess of yarn going on here, but I won't waste your time figuring it out. You get the drift. I am going to use for Playful Pop this Spin Cycle. So it'll be fun to see how this unfolds in those socks. I wish I had it caked up for you so you could see the color changing happening in the wound cake, but this is a hank of yarn that I went to wind before bed one night. I should have just gone to bed. It was a mess. It was everywhere. It got tangled. Took me until the next morning to get it undone. I mean, I slept, but I had to walk away. My patience were cashed out. So I will be working on these socks because they will be done in December. I think the deadline is just shortly after the first of the year. So, but a priority for me nonetheless, because this was the 12th pair of socks from the Farmer's Daughters Fiber Sock Squad subscription for 2025. And I have knit 11 pairs of socks and I've stayed on track. So there's no way we're not finishing this one. All right. The last project that I want to update you on is being held in this beautiful Tana Casey bag, very Christmassy bag. Again, her zippers, just bringing out the beautiful colors. This is another test knit for Brienne Moody, and I am using Natural Sister. Let me show you a caked up one. It's got this beautiful, there you go. Now you can see some of the beautiful colors spun into that. But this is coming to a theater near you. I think this will be launching after the first of the year. I've got my stitch stoppers. This was in a subscription from Pearls and Pines. And this is you've seen the Happy Camp pullover by Brienne Moody. And if you haven't, you should go look. It's fantastic. I'll put a picture in. But here is the cardigan. So this is right down the middle here. This is a steek. It is going to be the first time that I steek. And the last time we met, let me get my bearings here. Yeah, the last time we met, I was just here. So I haven't put on too much progress, but yeah, it's just beautiful. So I'm going to keep plugging away at that one. And let's see, what else is going on? Well, I do need to wrap this so I can get going to the party. It's a busy day and we're going to have a ton of fun. I want to thank you so much for your kindness, for your support, for your thoughts and prayers, and just all of the love you showed in the comments the last time that I decided to get really vulnerable and share with you that something tragic was going on in my family. And the update I'll provide you today is the power of positive energy, prayer, all the things has really shown up for us. We are several surgeries in the rearview mirror, and the patient is doing well and is at home resting. I am hopping on a plane tomorrow morning to go be with my family so that I can help in whatever way that is helpful. Just whatever they need, I will be doing. So I will be gone for a week. I'm leaving Sunday. I'm coming back the following Monday. And I'm so thankful to my husband because he is keeping everything on course for the holidays in our household. Jax, our oldest lab, is having surgery next week. I'll be gone. So he's going to have both dogs to manage and keep away from one another, and his business to run. So I'm super thankful that he is stepping in full while I am going to be gone and spending time with my family and helping out. So I don't even know what I'm going to take to pack. Not 42 projects because I am not going to have a lot of knitting time. I will have 2 full days of knitting time. Where I live, we fly out of little regional airports, and it's often 2, if not 3 legs to get somewhere. So I will have all day tomorrow on Sunday and all day Monday coming home to knit. And I haven't decided what I am going to take with me. I know for sure I will take my Farmer's Daughter Fibers December socks, the Playful Pop, and I may take my Brienne Moody test knit. It is just simple knitting at this point, simple stockinette. Right now I'm in the round, but eventually I'll be splitting off front and back because it's bottom up. And so I may do that so that I can get it to a place where when I get home, I can steek. And then I think I'll just leave all of my Advent knitting at home. I will be home on the 22nd, just days before Christmas, and I will settle back in with my family to the holiday spirit with my Advent knitting. So that is the plan for now. And until we meet again, I hope you make what brings you joy and you find all of the good and rest and peace in the holiday season. It's there. We just have to manifest it. But make things that bring you peace and joy, and take that time for yourself so that you can be everything that you need to be this holiday season. Thank you for showing up for me. Thank you for liking, subscribing, ring the bell. It'll notify you when I put new content out, and let your friends know that you enjoy watching the podcast. I totally appreciate it. With that, I don't know if I'll be back before Christmas. Maybe that's the first thing I'll do when I get home is a podcast episode. I'll let you see how far I got before I dive back into that Advent knitting. But either way, ring the bell and you'll know when I am back. With that, take care, be well, and I'll chat with you soon. Bye.